Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike the intern, Ned Reynolds in the studio Thursday morning, and we've got an NBA championship to talk about. Boston and Dallas, your favorite in this series.
Well, the Celtics will be the favorite tonight at 6.5 points over the Mavericks, playing at the T Gardens. That's what they call them, actually TD Gardens. In Boston, the old Boston Garden, which has been refurbished. Anyway, the Celtics have home court advantage for this best-of-7 campaign. Now, Dallas is the underdog in the whole series, but don't sell these guys short. They have Kyrie Irving playing for them, and Irving is a former Boston Celtic. And, of course, they have Luka Doncic, who is just a overwhelmingly good scorer. They both are. This is a good team, but so is Boston. And the Celtics have the nucleus to be a really tough. Any team with a Jason Tatum on there is going to be very good. That's what they have. The Celtics are good as the favorite tonight and probably the favorite for the series, but this will be it now. This is the final basketball of the, at least for a while, until the Olympics get underway.
In my limited knowledge about the NBA, and I don't really watch it too much, I think this is probably the best finals it could have possibly been in the season.
Well, there's such parity in the league with great players and so forth and so on. They are the best teams. They are the survivors. The Celtics are. The Celtics are head and shoulders above a lot of other teams in the East, including my club, Philadelphia. But Dallas is a bit of a surprise because Denver was the reigning champs. Denver thought they were going to win. I thought they'd win, especially when they took the first. Well, they lost the first couple of games, but then won the next two in Minnesota. I thought that would be the difference, and I thought Minnesota might be the dark horse. But here come the Mavericks, and they're good.
We'll see what happens. All right. Missouri State's got 2 new coaches. The real question is, have they bought you a drink yet?
Now, these folks are too young. The new head baseball coach is Joey Hawkins. He was named 2 days ago, and it was just a foregone conclusion that he would be it. Keith Gutton, the retired coach after 42 seasons, had indicated that Hawkins would be his choice. Joey's a former Bear baseball player. He's a Canadian, came down here out of Ottawa with a touring team and liked what he saw. And then after graduation, he joined the St. Louis Cardinals. And he was with them as a coach. When he came to the Bears, he being Hawkins, had been in Peoria coaching the fledglings up there, the High A ball club. But he thought, this is more permanent situation down there at Missouri State, so I think I'll go back to my alma mater. So Joey Hawkins is the baseball coach. The new women's softball coach is Casey Griffith. She takes over for Holly Hesse, who retired this year after 36 years. Miss Griffith had been at Drake, but she's been down here for a couple of years as an assistant coach and played her college softball at SIUE, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. Very good, has two or three kids. And indeed, it will be a good challenge for her, but she wants it.
Well, welcome to Springfield and welcome to Missouri State. As we get closer to the weekend, we got to talk about the golf. What kind of money are we talking about this weekend?
$20 million. Woo! That's what the purse is. This is the highest the PGA goes, and it brings in the big names for a couple of reasons. This is the Memorial Tournament at Dublin, Ohio. This is the one that Jack Nicklaus inaugurated. It's on his course, the Jack Nicklaus course at Muirfield Village. Anyway, it's a $20 million purse. That brings in the big names. The winner gets $3,600,000. That's pretty good change for anybody. I don't care who you are. But it's also the warm-up for the U.S. Open, which begins next weekend at Pinehurst in North Carolina. So a couple of goals to be established here, and the hot golfer coming out of the Memorial will certainly be among the favorites for the Open as well.
Yesterday, Cardinals looking pretty good.
Came away with a win, and it is a big win.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why here for a second. Beat the Houston Astros. The Astros aren't the Astros of the past, but they're not a bad team either. Miles Michaelis pitched very well, and the Cardinals win it 4-2. Had just enough offense to get by. Nolan Arenado had a home run. That's number 6 for him. Here it is June the 6th. And Arenado has only 6 home runs. Well, all right. He may get hot here as the summer goes on. Anyway, it's a big win because now the Cardinals have a great chance to gain a lot of ground. Not that they don't ordinarily, but in this case, they are home tonight at Busch Stadium playing the Colorado Rockies, and the Rockies is 4-game series. Rockies are among the weakest teams in all of baseball. Great chance to get well here. That's followed by a visit from the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates are a little bit better than the Rockies, and they're kind of a pain in the behind team because they can rise up and beat you, but still the Cardinals, who have a lot of momentum going for them, we assume they will anyway, will have a big chance to gain much more ground. Then they have the Cubs in Chicago, the Marlins in Miami. Marlins are awful. So it's a big chance for the Cardinals to get well. Let's see if that doesn't happen.
Unfortunately for the Royals, that game got postponed yesterday. So from what I can tell, they've only got the noon game today. Is that right? They're not going to try and finish the series?
They will, but it'll be in August.
Down the road.
Yeah, that they can't really schedule a doubleheader this early in the season because of the pitching rotations. So they will do it on August the 26th, doubleheader in Cleveland. But last night's game rained out. Noontime game today, still big one for Kansas City.
Yep, got to get that win
now,
in Cleveland.
The Springbirds are down in Little Rock, and they're playing the Travelers. And Springfield won last night, 6-1, and that puts the Springbirds back in first place by a half a game. It's kind of a seesaw effect with these teams. They're both very good, but we're coming up to an important time of the year here because this will be where the big clubs make some roster changes. And it all trickles down to Double-A, who's going to stay with the Cardinals and the Travelers and the other teams, who goes down, who goes up to the Triple-A teams. So it's a game and a roster in flux. We'll see how it turns out.
Ned, you got a favorite in the women's softball World Series final that just started last night?
It did. This is championship series. They've had the World Series going on, but it comes down now to the final two teams. And in women's, as it is in the men's game as well, the championship is best of three. So they did start last night, and it's two of the great rivals in women's softball, two of the great rivals in any sport for that matter, Oklahoma and Texas. They're playing each other. Both have great teams. Oklahoma, Mike, is going for a four-peat. They are the three-time defending champions, and they are really, really good. And although they are seeded second to Texas in this tournament, Texas is the home team, Oklahoma won last night 8-3. Now ask me where the World Series is being played. The answer is Oklahoma City, which is probably a distance of maybe a little more than Nixa is to Springfield. So needless to say, they had a full house.
Oh, big time.
All cheering, not all, but almost all cheering for Oklahoma. And it's a big, big home field advantage. It's the Hall of Fame Stadium. They have a name for it, Devon Park. But it's a beautiful, beautiful location, double-decked, seats a lot of people, and Oklahoma made the best of it. If the Oklahoma Sooners win tonight, it is all over, and they'll be the national champs again.
Ned, you have a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you on Friday.